Hello, everybody, and welcome to GameCult Radio. I'm your host for the evening, John. A very hearty welcome to you all. Joining me this week, as always, we have Rhino.
It's Rhino the Legend, damn it.
Yeah. Whatever. And we also have Drift joining us. How's it going, buddy?
Hello.
And as we will now be doing from now on, we're going to start with our roundtable discussion. Drift, I believe you want to start us off this week?
Yes. Okay. Well, first of all, I have been up to quite a few things. First one being recently I started playing Terraria again,
And
and
Minecraft.
2D Minecraft.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And I forgot just how much fun it was, and I never actually got to hard mode in that game, but
I,
a few
I
days
got
ago I just did.
I got to hard mode on that game, but like hard mode kicked my ass.
Yes, hard
So it
mode
was indeed hard.
is really tough. Like
All
you,
all in all, Terraria was a pretty fun game.
yeah, it's really fun. Um, I'm gonna continue playing it on hard mode, see if I can actually get some of the better armors. Maybe I can defeat the hard mode bosses, and I'm just gonna try to play through it. And I also traded in Destiny.
You finally kicked your addiction, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
He's killed a demon.
yeah. Wow, Destiny. It took up so much of my time, and as often as I like to bash the game, it was fun in its own right. But after a while of playing, I just said to myself, I've been doing nothing but grinding ever since I hit 29.
Welcome to
And
MMOs!
yeah, exactly. Then couple that with Activision's new DLC plug, in which you have to have the DLC to sometimes take part in the weekly and nightfall strikes.
That is bullshit. Like, that is
That
out
is
and
very
out,
much
just
bullshit.
like straight up cockadookie bullshit.
If
That is
anything,
outrageous.
if anything, if you ask me, they should have at least like had a non DLC weekly or some shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah. They should have
Like,
two separate strikes.
yeah, that would have been awesome. Add more shit to do in a game that already has very little shit to do. It's like now you have
Right.
two weekly strikes. If you have the DLC, you essentially get a second weekly strike. That would have been fine. I think that would have gone over well. I don't know. I don't play the game, so but as an MMO player,
Neither
I
does
think
neither does Drift anymore.
oh yes, very true.
Yeah.
I can't trade in my copy. It's digital.
Wah wah.
Mistakes were made.
Obviously, mistakes
And
that cannot be undone.
so
No,
yeah,
that's life.
I'm done with Destiny. Further down the road, I might pick it up once the price has dropped. They've
Ju-
ironed out a lot of the bugs.
All you
I,
really
I
gotta do for that game is wait till they have released all the DLC packs, and I guarantee they're gonna release a pack for the game. It's gonna have all the DLC at a reduced price.
Yep. I can
That's
see
what
it.
I would go for.
Yeah.
And so not involving video games now. Yesterday, I fucking saw Devin Townsend live.
That is
Woo!
awesome.
It is really awesome. And
For those people out there who may not know who that is, Ziltoid. If you know who
yeah,
that is, that's Devin Townsend.
And if you know who Drift is, you know who Ziltoid is.
yeah. Devin Townsend is a Canadian musician. He is responsible for
Goddamn
Ziltoid.
Canadians.
The Canadians like freaking own the music. Like wow. Yeah,
They
Rush.
they also have Justin Bieber. So
Yeah, that's Let's
Well,
just
let's
ignore
let's
that.
keep him out of this podcast.
Yeah, let's keep that name minimized as much as possible.
It's not.
Canadians
Yeah, it's
also
just
like
not.
wrestling.
And
Oh God.
so I actually had the VIP tickets, so I got to meet Devin Townsend. I got to shake his hand, and I got all of my albums and my Ziltoid puppet signed by him.
Never gonna fucking forget that.
I
Mm.
am never gonna forget that. I even got
I
pictures.
have a serious question.
Yeah.
The hand you shook Devin Townsend's hand with, did you use that hand to jack off that night?
Oh,
And
Uh,
if so, was it a magical experience?
I'm not gonna answer that, but I'm gonna say yes. It was a magical experience.
It's like this podcast can spin wildly out of control in an instant.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can honestly say that because I don't know if it was ever in control.
Yeah, you got a point. Yeah.
See, when we get together, it's kind of like it's kind of like a train going down the tracks, except the tracks are on the side of a mountain, like not
And
like not like on a pass on the side of a mountain, like actually like horizontally stuck to the mountain, and it's going down.
Damn right.
Also, the train's on fire.
it's filled with screaming Norwegians.
Why
Exactly.
Norwegians?
I don't fucking know.
Why not? Well, anyways, also, since I got the VIP tickets, I also got I got a VIP pass signed by Devin and the bands. And I also got 2 framed set lists. Each one, one for Devin Townsend project, and the other one for Animals as Leaders, and they're both signed by all the bands.
That's cool.
Awesome.
I got it hanging on my wall right now. And hand numbered poster too. I got that, and the poster's really special. There's not gonna be another one like that. Really proud to own all of this stuff. It was a great show. Oh my God, they played so much good songs, and I I didn't go for Animals as Leaders. I listened to a few of their songs. I listened to a few of their albums. I'm not really that big into them. They were good, but I mainly went for Devin Townsend and Monuments. Good fucking God. Monuments was amazing. The guy had so much stage presence. He was what's the term? Crowd surfing. He was crowd surfing, yeah.
I love it when musicians do that.
Yeah. Like everyone was going nuts for them. It was all around a real fun time.
Reminds me of the best concert I ever went to,
Yeah, what was that?
which was a Casualty show. We actually went to go see Guar, but one of the band that came up before them was the Casualties. And if you don't know that band, shame on you.
I've heard of them.
But oh my God, that was the most intense fucking mosh pit I have ever been in. They called
Yeah?
for a wall of death, and if you don't know what that is, strap yourselves in, kiddies.
It
If
is
you know
fun.
what a mosh pit is, you probably don't know what a circle pit is. If you don't know what a circle pit is, you don't know what a wall of death is. So I'm gonna break it down for you. Mosh pit is essentially where a bunch of guys get together and smack the shit out of each other. Okay, not
Yep.
really, but it's a lot of elbow shoving. It's a lot of it's essentially just going with the hardcore style of the music, just letting it kind of take over and thrash about. And you do it with a bunch of other people bumping about and being rowdy and being rough. It's a lot of fun, honestly. I mean, there are rules. There are, if someone falls down, you pick them up. Don't step on people. No
Yeah.
actual slugging people. It is actually fairly civilized, depending on which show you go to. And then there's circle pits, which are a little more intense, and which is essentially like a mosh pit, but it's spinning. So it's like a hurricane of pain.
Those look really fun. I've seen them.
Circle pits are you cannot stay up in a circle pit. The only thing keeping you up is other people. But then you have what's called a wall of death, which is the entire crowd splits into 2 halves, leaving this huge gap in the middle. And then there's the big drum up, and then the
Don't
whole.
stay in the gap.
No, do not stay in the gap. That is a no-no. If you are in the gap, you are dead. But when the music breaks and it kicks back in, both walls charge each other. And oh my god, it was. I somehow ended up on the back edge of like the actual crowd, not the pit, but the crowd. I don't know how. Because it's fucking chaos. It was absolute chaos, and it was glorious. It was one of the best nights I ever had.
That is awesome, dude.
Anyway, anything else happened to you this week?
Well, yeah, like I said, I saw Monuments, I saw Devin, and after the show, I was waiting for a ride home, and I actually got a bit of a ride before my ride came.
Oh boy.
Is this the other thing you mentioned?
Yeah. I was just
Drift got him some booty.
Yeah. I was I was minding my own business. I was just I was on my phone. I was looking through, my Facebook feed, and this girl comes up to me and she asked me if I could take a picture of her and her friends. And why the hell not? So I took her camera. I walked over to where she was. I readied the picture. I took a few pictures actually from like different angles, and we were really cool about it. And all of a sudden, she puts her back to me, and she leans into me, and I'm just there. I'm like, oh god, what's going on? This is good, right?
Don't worry. We all have that moment.
And she's leaning into my chest, and I'm just like, I forgot what I was doing. I was just like looking around. I had a big smile on my face at that point, and she was like looking at her camera. She had both hands on her camera phone, outstretched, just looking at it. And all of a sudden, she leans forward and starts freaking wiggling her ass on my waist. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking cool. This is fucking awesome. I'm getting a twerk show right about now.
Oh yeah, front stage to the twerk show.
Yeah.
Drift, I have a question. Did you
Yeah.
feel any itching afterwards?
Thank God, no, I didn't. I felt something afterwards, but it wasn't itching.
Let's leave it at that.
And yeah, she just, she straight up just twerked on me for a few seconds, and then she just wandered off with her friends. She said thank you, and yeah, that was it.
Okay.
It was totally out of nowhere.
He got twerked on by a woman, and he doesn't even know her name.
Yeah. What's funny about it is that my brother came to pick me up like literally a few minutes after that happened, like 1 or 2 minutes after it happened, and he did not see it.
Aww.
He would have been laughing his ass off about it.
It's all right, Drift. We believe you.
Yeah. There was a huge crowd like hanging outside. So if you don't believe me, you could track them down and ask them.
Well, thank you. I will.
Just out of nowhere. But I think, yeah, I think that's all I got to talk about.
Alrighty, well, I may as well take over. I've had a interesting week, I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't been doing much, honestly. Me and Rhino
uploaded a video.
Well, yeah, actually, I've uploaded 2. Both. Well, I've uploaded 3 in the past few days. Finally got a hold of our other shows. In case you're seeing this and you wondered at some point why the hell is there such a gap between the first video and the second video and the third video.
My fault.
It was both of our faults.
But don't worry, we got the Halloween episode out just in time for Christmas.
Yes, we did. To be fair, it's less of a Halloween episode, more of just a our horror episode that happened to coincide with Halloween. So at least that's my excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but
But it's still
we
fun to explain it that way.
yeah, our Halloween episode is out just in time for Christmas.
Yeah.
But other than
Our-
that, I've been going back and I've started playing New Vegas again. Re-downloaded all the DLC for that, which I mean it's got great DLC for it. But I have a problem with New Vegas.
Yeah.
There are still so many fucking bugs in that game, man.
They're called
Like-
Cazadors.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck Cazadors. Like, if you have a survivalist character who can make anti-venom and shit, like, they're actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, so long as you have anti-venom on you, it's pretty alright. Like, because that's what a lot of their damage comes from, is the fact that just, one, there's so fucking many of them all the time, and their poison is pretty virulent. But anyway, like, I'm talking walking through fucking rocks, like, going up mountains and seeing, like, the missing side of that rock. Like, they have the rock mesh, and then they just have the area where there is no texturing, because no one's supposed to see it, except I'm looking right fucking at it, and I'm just seeing the skybox behind it, and that's happening every 5 minutes. Like, fucking enemies are dropping through the world, and red scorpions are glitchy as shit in this game, man.
Yeah, they
I don't
are.
think I have ever seen a red scorpion that is not partially wedged into the ground.
Wait a second. It is
Yeah.
the time to bring up the thing.
What thing?
What thing?
Oh God,
The
are you talking
happening.
about this one
The
thing?
happening at the devil's throat.
Oh God, yes, please, and tell the world
Fucking-
about this story. It's glorious.
This was the most horrific glitch I've ever seen, but like Devil's Throat full of centaurs. If you know Fallout, you know what a centaur is. And like I killed a bunch of the centaurs, one of which was giant, I believe, right? And like their corpses just sort of ragdolled together and began rolling at me. And I screamed. I had never been that terrified at a glitch since or before. But like that's my most memorable moment of New Vegas. I'd like to go and play it again.
It's
I just-
actually still a really fun game. Like
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
It is still it is still very much an enhanced version of Fallout 3. Now I love me some Fallout 3. Don't get me wrong. Fallout 3 is still one of my favorite games of all time. But New Vegas has so much more content. The only problem is New Vegas is just so goddamn buggy. Like, I have not experienced any game destroying crashes or glitches yet. But like, for fuck's sake, man! Like when I first played that game, I couldn't play for more than 12 minutes without the fucking thing freezing or it's just like weird shit starts happening. It's like that game was released in a very unpolished state. Like, and it's still pretty unpolished.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when it came out it was more glitchy than your standard Bethesda game. Bethesda games have a lot of glitches.
It was a Bethesda game, remember?
Well, I know, but like
Wasn't it Obsidian though?
yeah, Obsidian did most of the work, didn't they?
Fairly sure, but I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, I've been playing Eve Online. I have my mining barge. Took me a few weeks, but I have it.
Sweet.
America.
Yeah, it's fun. Now I can make 4 million ISK per mining run. It's great.
That's a lot, right?
Yeah, well, it's a good chunk of change. But it ain't that much. It's nothing to sneeze at, but nothing to write home about. And other than that, I've had a very fairly uneventful week. So, Rhino, what have you been doing?
Mostly I've been I'm playing the predecessor to Earthbound, referred to as Earthbound 0 or Mother. And
Yeah.
random encounters are bullshit, and
They always have been.
Yep.
and like that's the most annoying part of the game. Like taking 2 steps and then boom, you're in a battle again. At least like actual Earthbound, which I've completed like years ago, or like the game we know as Earthbound, Ness's game. Like it didn't have random encounters; it had like the enemies on the field, and if they touched you, the battle started.
I
And
prefer that system, honestly.
yeah, it's like what made Paper Mario not annoying.
Yeah. Well, there were a lot of things that made Paper Mario great, but that was one of them. But
Paper,
then
most pa-
there always been weird takes on the random battle system. Like in Legend of Dragoon, one of my favorite, actually, quite possibly my favorite game of all time. Still, maybe it's up there with Fable for me. I'll admit because of pure nostalgia factor. It was one of the first games I ever really got into. But that game has an interesting system. You have an arrow above your head, and it starts out green. As you walk, it turns from green to yellow to red. And at a certain point, once it's red, you'll encounter a random battle. So you kind of know how many steps you have left before you encounter a random battle.
So it's really not that. It's really not that random.
Well,
Kinda
the
like
time,
timer.
yeah, kinda, but the time actually varies on certain stages. Sometimes the reds are going to be much shorter. Sometimes they're going to be longer. Same with the yellow. Same with the green.
Yeah, but that
The time varies depending on the time that it varies depending on the area you're in. Really, the more dangerous an area generally is, the quicker the timer is going to go down.
yeah, that still sounds like substantially less annoying than standard random battles.
Yeah, I mean, I never got surprised by a random battle in Legend of Dragoon.
And it's like we've all had our experience with the Pokemons. We all have.
Yeah, but hey, at least
And
that has designated areas where you can have random battles.
and then there's caves. And caves
Fuck
got really
caves,
annoying.
fuck Zubats, fuck their equivalent. I just
Yeah, in
spoke for every
generation.
gamer who's ever played Pokemon ever.
And also Rattatas.
And their equivalents.
Yeah, they always have a rodent equivalent when new generations arrive.
Although I think we can all honestly say that the stupidest was Bidoof.
When is Zigzagoon? Oh wait, never mind. Um. Uh. But yeah, I've been having a good time with Earthbound Zero / Mother. If I keep talking about it, I'm gonna refer to it as both names anyway. So
Yeah.
just getting that out there. Um, my entire party got turned into stone by bats,
Huh.
by bionic bats. They were bionic because they were
Bionic
green.
bats.
Somebody had to make these bats bionic. It's probably Gygus or Gigu or whatever his name is in this game.
Who has that kind of fucking time?
A freaking alien that's obviously insane.
Yeah,
Well, alright.
But
perfect answer for you.
yeah, like the original, like Mother 2 Earthbound, yeah, like that game. It surprised me with how long it lasted, guys. Like
Yeah, you were playing it for quite some time, I remember.
I was playing it on and off, but like it lasted, man. It lasted. I would totally recommend like at least playing the or at least playing Earthbound to like anybody who was a fan of RPGs. John, that means you.
Yeah. I have so very little time nowadays. Like, I'm always doing something different. And I always forget shit. Like, I just told you the other day that I found, like, a random game on my computer that I downloaded, like, damn near a year ago. That I haven't even fucking touched.
Yeah, I'll get you when you're done with New Vegas.
I don't know. I'm kind of petering out on New Vegas as it is. I'll probably come back to it in, like, a week or so, but I'm letting it kind of cool down right now just because, fuck, it's... The problem is, the best part about the game is the DLC. In order to get to the DLCs, you kind of need to level your character. So I kind of need to do the shit in the main campaign.
I heard it's a good idea to just stick around and do side quest and ignore the main quest for the most part.
Well, the thing is, the main quest, so to speak, only really goes up to Benny. Like, once you get to the Tops Casino, the main quest actually splits into 3 different lines. Well, 4 technically.
One of
You
them's like
have
house, right?
Yeah, one of them's work for house, which is that's house controlled house controlled
House,
Vegas.
Independent, NCR, Caesar Legion.
Yeah. So there are 4 different there are 4 different paths you can go down essentially.
But it's still the main quest line.
Still technically the main quest line, yes. It just
Like,
splits
what's
into 4.
technical about it?
Well, it's not the main quest line, it's the main quest lines. There's multiple. Because all of them involve different quests.
Right. But
And
it's
they're
still
all
the main
mutually
quest.
exclusive. You can't do one and then go down the other. You can't really. Because then it just fails your other quests. So once you reach a certain point in, like, the independent quest line, you can't change your mind and go, no, I kind of want to work for the NCR.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know if that's a bad thing though.
I am really indecisive, so if I remember correctly, that sort of stopped me for a while.
It is, I don't know, it's different. I kind of like it. But I can see how some people wouldn't.
Yeah. I've been on and off with New Vegas too. I mean, I played it like a while. I played it like a while back, yeah. And I like to play it for actually one of my favorite YouTubers got me back into playing New Vegas, Al Chestbreach, and he's a mod reviewer for the Fallout series.
Oh, there are some great fucking mods for those games.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bethesda games have always seemed to be pretty mod friendly, which I like.
Yeah. I hope
Like,
they never
just-
change
just-
that.
Just go to the Steam Workshop for Skyrim. Like,
There's
just
this.
it's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Or go to ModDB and look at Skyrim, or go to the Nexus.
Or look up the
Or
Randy
Skyrim.
Savage mod.
Yeah, fucking Randy Savage mod, fucking Thomas the Tank Engine mod. You
I
can
was
get
not
a
ready when I saw
floating,
that one.
like, steampunk skyship house. Can't do that with the fucking Hearthfire DLC, can ya? God, I wish my PC was good enough to play it. I own it. I own it for PC. Because I don't want to say that I don't. Or
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works.
I own it for PC too.
The difference
It's
is you
like-
can actually play it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's
So,
great.
it's about time
Anyway.
for us to move into our next thing, right?
Yes, let's move into the news.
In this segment, prepare to be pissed off at something.
Prepare to be pissed off edition. Let's start off with everyone's favorite Japanese publisher slash developer, Capcom. Most famous for Mega Man and Killing It, Street Fighter, and kind of
Or,
dicking
you know,
it up.
Milking it.
Milking it. Milking the shit out of it. And let's not forget censoring Angry Joe now. They can add that to their list.
Fucking...
Now, let's start this off by saying it was Capcom that did it. However, it's just this stupid fucking content ID system. It was an automatic block bot. They're looking for anything like in the title that has Street Fighter 4, sounds negative, and uses their trailer footage. But here's the kicker. Angry Joe was given the press release trailer footage from Capcom.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, he has press credentials. He is part of the game's press. he was given press materials to review the fucking to review the shit. And what did they do? They didn't like it, so they censored it.
That's fucking disgusting, man.
It is. It's fucking stupid. Now, it doesn't really matter your views on Angry Joe. I know some people don't like him, and I agree his content has kind of gone a little downhill as of late, and he hasn't been doing as much, and he's made some stupid comments. But, fuck all that. He is still, he still fights for the consumer. Bottom line, that he still does it, so I still give the man some respect. And no one deserves this level of treatment. To be given fucking like material and told, could you please, give us your impressions on, our trailer and our upcoming game. And Angry Joe did that. He gave the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And Capcom took it down. Granted, it's a block bot, and but still, Capcom should have fucking realized, oh, sorry, that was our block bot. Let's just revoke. Let's clear this up. But as far as I know, they have not done that.
Fucking, we could really expect this from a certain other company that's been in the hot seat lately, but we won't talk about them. We should stick to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Ubisoft.
Fuck Ubisoft. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, though, Capcom, they have their fair share experience of controversy, as you said. Yeah. Street Fighter, Mega Man, and
like
just
on disc DLC, right?
Yeah,
on disc DLC. Well, that was fuck. I'm fairly sure that was with Street Fighter 4, wasn't it?
But yeah, it was with yeah, it was with Street Fighter 4.
One of the editions of Street Fighter 4 they released.
One of the 4 editions.
And you know what? People are already saying that. I mean, Angry Joe talked about how Street Fighter 5 is going to be an exclusive to, what was it, the PS4 or was it the Xbox? I think it was the Xbox.
Yeah. No,
it may have been the PS4. It doesn't really matter what it was an exclusive for. Exclusives are bad for business.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be in, like, the older market, that was kind of a thing, Like, yeah, okay, I could see exclusives in the market, like, maybe 5 years ago. But the way the market's set up nowadays, it just doesn't fucking work. You gotta release multi-platform. It's best for business. It's best for your consumer base.
Yeah. It's dead on right there. I mean, especially since Street Fighter, it was on both consoles. Now they're just making it exclusive to one.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yes.
I can see a new IP helping.
Isn't that what they're doing with, like... They're doing the exact opposite with the... Isn't that what they're doing with, like, Tekken right now, but it's for the PS4?
I think Tekken actually started their roots on the PlayStation.
Well, no, Tekken started in the arcades.
Yeah, but didn't it move on to, like, PlayStation first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most fighting games at that point went to the PlayStation over the N64. I remember there was Killer Instinct. I'm fairly sure that was for the 64, wasn't it?
And that somehow ended up on the Xbone.
Yeah, I mean we finally got the next Killer Instinct.
Well, it was rare.
As a free-to-play game on the Xbone. Oh, so yeah, you take what you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying, there's already talk that they're going to be releasing a new, like, Turbo Hyper Ultimate Edition for the other console. Because they'll use the excuse of, oh, well, we promised you the base Street Fighter V was going to be exclusive, but now we have this new edition that's coming only to the other one.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, and we're going to add an extra character into the base game, but we're going to make an exclusive character for this one. or you can pay the DLC and get both characters on either system.
Yeah, like
That's
them just re-releasing their games over and over again. That's never sat right with me.
yeah.
And then I speculate that they're gonna release an edition for both consoles and have exclusive characters for both consoles, and then they're gonna release a third edition that's got both the exclusive characters, like 2 extra stages, and another exclusive character for both systems. And they're gonna make that a full 60 price release. That's my prediction. I hope it doesn't come true. I hope I'm wrong for once.
So
The long and short of it is, fuck Capcom.
I feel like we got a little bit off topic because like it was supposed to be about the Angry Joe stuff, right?
Yeah, this is supposed. Well, it was about Capcom being dicks, really.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, but Angry Joe getting censored, that's fucked up.
Something's fucking around these parts.
Yeah, something's definitely fucky.
It doesn't fucking make Capcom look good, that's for sure.
No,
Of course,
no, it doesn't.
that's really obvious.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing.
Let's move on. The Nightmare Edition of Bloodborne will not be coming to North America.
That's
That's a bummer.
Yeah,
a
I
little
think,
bogus, but
I think that's really disappointing because the Nightmare Edition looks really great.
Yeah, the Nightmare Edition looks fucking awesome. I don't get many special editions. I would get the special edition for Bloodborne.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
It's like I got the special edition for Dark Souls 2 and Skyrim. Those are the games I get special editions for, The games I know are at the very least not going to be shit.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You got the special edition of Dark Souls 2?
Yeah,
Black Armor or like the one with the statue?
the one with the statue and the Black Armor edition. It came together.
Oh.
I got the statue right on top of my entertainment center up here.
Shit, it's awesome.
That's why I used to.
Where's your Alduin statue?
It's over by my mini fridge.
It's fucking awesome.
But
Yeah, Bloodborne's Nightmare Edition not coming to North America. That's a fucking bummer.
like
That fucking sucks, man.
it sucks, but it's not as bad as the last thing we were talking about with Joe and all that.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is disappointing, not upsetting.
Yeah.
like I've seen this happen like a lot of other times with a lot of other games, like certain countries getting shut out of whichever special edition.
Yeah.
And part of it is shipping to that country can be a problem. Another part of it is, just market projections saying that they're not going to make their investment back.
200 potions comes to mind.
200 potions.
Okay.
Like
God.
maybe they'll no, the game comes out in like 2 months.
So yeah, that is disappointing. Not upsetting, but disappointing. Let's move on to something that is rather upsetting, though. Which is Lucky Chloe has a possibility of not coming to North America. She is a new Tekken character that was announced alongside of 2 other characters. And some people threw a major fucking temper tantrum over this. And I say temper tantrum because they acted like fucking children.
Yo, wait,
started-
how long have I not been talking? Because my controller cut out a second ago.
You haven't been talking you haven't not been talking very long.
Oh.
Like we didn't even notice.
But nothing happened. Go on.
Yeah. So, these people, this is it. This is some people bitching and moaning over jack shit. That's what this is. These people are getting pissed that a Japanese, like cat-themed pop idol with, pretty pink clothing, big headphones with cat ears on it, cat tail, short little mini skirt, and like big oversized boots and like cat paw jacket. They're getting pissed that this character is being put in a game that also lets you play as a velociraptor with boxing gloves and a bear.
You're a velociraptor. How do you type with boxing gloves on?
Not very fucking well. Although he could play like a motherfucker. I've seen some shit. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, they are upset that there is a Japanese Neko pop idol being added to a game that lets you play as a goddamn bear. These people are fucking stupid. Big fucking kudos, though, to Harada, who said, fine, you want to bitch about this and you want to, like, pitch and moan about this motherfucking shit? Fine. North America doesn't get her. We'll get you a nice muscle-bound skinhead. Those were his actual words.
Are they actually gonna get him? Are we actually gonna get a muscle-bound skinhead?
I kind of want it now.
Yeah.
And his name would be Spite.
Yes, absolutely.
That would be amazing.
Yes. Oh my god. I kind of want this now. I kind of
Tekken
want
people.
some
Tekken
massive
people, pay me.
muscle-bound dude with like boxing tape over his knuckles, like cargo shorts and big combat boots, and just like a Thor's hammer tattooed on his chest. Because a lot of skinheads, especially around here in the South, are Odinist, so they like tattoo hammers on themselves and shit, and they believe that's like part of their whatever. I'm not gonna get into that shit, but if they did that, I would buy 3 copies of the game. Send one to Rhino, send one to you, Drift, and I keep one for myself.
Well, friggin' put a bunch of Confederate flags on him. Do that.
Have him come out in a Confederate flag, like in his opening.
Oh wait,
have
one of his alternate outfits him wearing like a Confederate flag thong.
No, a big Confederate flag jacket.
Have him look like Bandit Keith, but put a Confederate flag on his bandana instead of an American flag.
Yes. Oh my god. I would love this. It would just be so goddamn funny to watch people's reactions. Like, oh, all right, you don't want the cutesy Japanese pop idol? All right, here's a fucking Nazi.
Put Hitler in there. Hitler for Tekken.
Hitler for Tekken.
I'm not a fighting game guy, but I'd play Tekken.
I love Tekken. Tekken and Soul Calibur are my fighting games of choice. That and Mortal Kombat.
I suck dick at fighting games, but sometimes
I'm pretty good at Mortal Kombat. I suck at Tekken. I'm horrible at Tekken.
I've had some fun with games like Soul Cal and DOA, but like
we all know why we have fun with DOA.
Yeah.
I said the fighting game, not the volleyball game.
Hey, that volleyball game is legit, all right?
Yeah, it's a fun game for the whole family.
Yeah,
especially the kids. They need to learn. Especially the kids and Grandpa.
Children, we gonna play volleyball with the big-titted girl. Come on, kids, sit on Uncle Festus's lap.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Uncle Festus.
You're getting so off topic here.
Hey, see, kids, how you make the boobs jiggle even more is you set your age up all the way.
Drift has a point.
I don't give a fuck. How about that?
You're the one who organized this, man.
Yeah, okay.
Should we move on to the next
No,
one?
I actually have something else to say about this.
Yeah.
There are also 2 other characters released alongside Lucky Chloe.
2 others, like aside from Catalina, who was there.
Claudio.
I don't think you linked me to that.
Okay, this motherfucker looks like he stepped straight out of Sword Art Online. Complete with useless fucking bandages over one arm, huge oversized jacket with pointless buttons and adornment, fucking impossible like hair, and like a fucking like a face tattoo like
Like, how do you spell this?
Mike Tyson. Claudio.
Oh, okay.
Like it's in one of the links I sent you. But
Yeah.
anyway, like this motherfucker looks like he stepped straight out of a bad anime.
Looks like he stepped straight out of fucking. Looks like Maxie, kinda.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
He's got Maxie's hair at the very least.
No, Maxie had better hair than this fucker. Maxie had glorious hair. And at least Maxie had the balls to not wear a shirt. But then the other character, the other character is what pisses me off the most. That they will bitch and moan about Lucky Chloe, but this character drew no ire at all.
Yeah.
Super low rider pants, exposed thong, bikini top, and like just highly exaggerated features on the face, and high fucking heels, high heels in a fighting game. Like,
This
I thought
can't
this was one
be
of
the
their
first
main
time.
gripes.
This can't be the first time
No.
in Tekken.
No, this character is actually more in line with most Tekken characters than Lucky Chloe, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But she's showing like 5 times as much skin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but she's not gonna be banned.
Oh, no, and no one's getting butt mad about her.
Right.
No, we gotta attack the Japanese pop idol. Like, oh my fucking god, these people are retarded, man.
Fucking.
Like, these people need some serious mental
Is it
help.
no wonder that? Is it no wonder that a lot of other countries look down on America for this shit?
Yeah. And you know what? I honestly have to say, fuck it. I'd be perfectly alright with us not getting Lucky Chloe because of this. Like, yeah, it would suck. But at the other hand, like, yeah, fine. If people want to throw such a huge fucking hissy fit about it, fine. Then take it away. They don't fucking get it. Treat them like the children they're acting like.
Also, we still want Spite.
Yeah. Oh, I want fucking Spite. I want him bad. I so want that.
The Legend of Spite.
Yes. Oh my god. So, what are your guys' opinions on this? I kind of dominated the conversation here.
Well, it's bullshit. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's first of all, they got to get their priorities straight because Lucky Chloe is like a pop idol and she's fucking adorable. I love how she looks like. And compared to Catalina, it's like I said, it's priorities. If they're going to focus on someone to bash, they should bash the one who's, half naked, has her thong showing, and, just looks like that. Instead
And
of
high heels. Which
Yeah.
these same kind of people also got fucking, fanny flustered over Samus having high heels.
yeah,
Those fucking people are
exactly.
dumb.
Yeah. The people who say this kind of shit, like,
Are dumb.
yes, are absolutely fucking dumb.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
They'd
So-
freaking lose an IQ test with a sack of hammers, and then blame the sack of hammers for being sexist.
Because you see, the hammer is an allegory for the penis.
Ex-
Anyway.
Oh wait,
let's
last time I
act-
told that joke it was a box of rocks, but same
Oh,
thing.
Yeah. The box of rocks could represent testicles. Anyway, let's actually end on a weirdly high note. Now, this may sound like a bad thing at first, but it's actually not. Especially when you look back at the year we've had.
The Witcher 3 got delayed. Oh boy,
Yeah, The Witcher 3 actually got delayed.
because
Yep.
they don't want it to be a flaming hunk of glitchy crap.
Yeah, that's essentially. I mean, we're paraphrasing, of course, but that was essentially
I'm
the
not.
statement. that is Rhino's personal statement. All right, but yeah, essentially they took a look at it and said, to make this the best game we possibly can, we're gonna need some more time. We hope you guys understand. We're delaying the
Yes.
game.
It's fucking awesome.
And you know what? Just
Yeah, gotta hand it to them.
thank you, CD Projekt Red.
Freaking, I don't really intend to play this, but you know what? Big
Oh,
ups to
I
him.
do.
Big
I
freaking ups to him.
Yeah, I absolutely intend to play this game. I played The Witcher 2 and fucking loved it. Never played the original. Never did. I've seen gameplay. It does not actually look that fun. To be honest, it really doesn't. But The Witcher 2 was great. And it was one of the only games I know of that freely had tits and bush in it, which I'm cool with. Cuz I'm all for like casual nudity in games. I think that's awesome.
Did people get pissy?
Oh, people got so fucking pissy.
Did that change a damn thing?
Nope.
No, it didn't.
Which started my love of CD Projekt Red, and that's how I will pronounce their company name, because that's kind of how it's spelled, and they're Polish. So
Project.
Project. I'll just say CD Projekt Red. People will know who I'm talking about.
CD Projekt Red.
Project or something like that. It's Polish, so it's weird.
I'll still say project.
Yeah, I mean, you can pronounce it like that. I'll just say Project because fuck it, it sounds cooler.
Yeah, it does. Like,
But yeah, especially when you look back at the year 2014 has been for the games industry, I'm actually hoping we hear about more delays. So just like for fuck's sake, just don't release your game in a broken state.
Assassin's Creed Unity.
It's like, do they not teach you this shit at Game Publishing 101? Step 1, is the game done? Yes or no? If no, don't fucking release it.
And like 5 people get that right on the test.
And
Fucking
the other 96 pass. Like, oh. Because apparently the people running this industry have no fucking clue what they're doing. For fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
Man. Yeah, Unity and to a lesser extent the Master Chief Collection, they
Yeah.
pretty rocky releases. But
That's
at least the Master Chief Collection, at least the main draw of it, the actual remake of like Halo 2 and all that stuff worked.
That's actually a good segue. Let's end news on that. Witcher 3 got delayed. Woo. Good stuff. Good news, actually. Yes, Rhino. We're getting to a topic that Rhino has been waiting very impatiently for. We are going to be talking about Halo.
Stand aside, everybody. So,
this is the motherfucker who like stood up to like what game release was it for Reach?
Yeah, for Reach, and I freaking
actually paint the picture for us, Ryan, because this is an awesome
like
story.
I was dressed in all black for some reason. I remember that. I had like my sunglasses on. I had like that black hat that I've had for years now.
Yeah, the one I gave you.
Yeah, and like this quiz thing happened to win a free shirt, and like I walked up to them, and questions were answered or questions were given, and without blinking, every single time I instantly answered, instantly, and friggin' like. I've spent a lot of time on the wiki, all right? I've spent a lot of time there. I've learned a lot about this universe. A lot about it. It's like freaking one time John put ads on the wiki with my face on them saying, "Have you seen this guy?" Like that's how I get lost there. Like anyone who's browsed Wikipedia knows how you can get lost in a wiki.
Me and the 40K wiki,
She's like quickie.
I think I did.
40K is not a quickie, John.
Yeah. This motherfucker, he knows more about Halo than anyone else I know. I think he knows just about as much as Halo as I know about Warhammer.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And I'm the fucking dude who can name off all the Primarchs.
Yeah.
Like,
Horace did nothing wrong, by the way.
fuck you.
So yeah, we're gonna have to purge Annie after this episode. So I hope you enjoyed them.
Uh, oh, heresy aside. Let's talk about Halo. Let's start with the first game.
First game came out, launched title, I believe, on the original Xbox when I was
Yep.
just a young man.
Yep.
Never
And
played.
like, I don't know. It's like I obviously got into the series with this game.
We all did.
And I got into the series with this game, and like it was that game for me. You know what I mean? Like you don't have the console to play it, so you're looking through every gaming magazine you can find. Just look at one picture of it for the most of the day. You know what I mean, guys?
That was me and Fable.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And like, I just saw Master Chief in his armor, and I'm all like, that's so cool. And like, it was just something else. And then slowly I over the course of a few weekends, I ended up beating the original Halo, and I was all like, man, that was just so good. Man, like, the original Halo didn't have much of a story. I know that. I'm well aware.
Right.
Like, it was your standard kill the aliens, freaking complete your objective kind of thing.
Like, you are a badass. There are
Like-
aliens. They are bad.
Like, it had about as much story as, say, Doom needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it was just how first-person shooters were back then, right?
Yeah.
And like, I never really played multiplayer on Halo 1 that much. Like, I played more Halo 2 back in its heyday, or back when it was originally up.
And then Halo 3 came out and things
Then
changed.
Halo 3 came out, and then I ascended to godhood.
But yeah, the original Halo was revolutionary to say the fucking least. Like, I don't give a shit what you think about the series or the games, but Halo really kicked off the era of the first-person shooter. Followed up swiftly by Call of Duty, I will say that, but the original Halo is what really started it.
You know what Halo 2 made? Matchmaking.
That's true.
You know what Halo 2 also made for the franchise? A freaking story.
And dual wielding.
And dual wielding, but dual wielding has died. Hopefully I'll see it back again soon. But, Halo 2, the game that got remade, awesome. Freaking great. Like,
Didn't the original get remade as well?
yeah, it got remade a couple years ago back on the 360, but it's part of the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah, Halo 2 was the one that got an actual like remake with the Master Chief Collection, right?
yeah, the original remake was just the remake of Halo Combat Evolved was packaged into it.
Okay. Did they tweak Halo 3 at all, or?
It certainly doesn't look like it. Like, it doesn't have an HD mode, but this isn't Halo 3 anniversary we're talking about, you know?
Yeah.
So I figured, like it and Halo 4 stayed the same, pretty much.
That's fine.
You know, Halo 3 and Halo 4 were pretty much just bonuses to the package.
Yeah.
But, like, with the release of Halo 2, it became more. Halo became more than just a first-person shooter. It became like, what I mean by more than a first-person shooter is most first-person shooters, you don't really give a damn about the story.
Not with Halo.
Halo created this universe that I just fell in love with. I'm not sure if it's lasted so long thanks to freaking nostalgia from being a kid or what, but I just freaking can't get enough of it. The Halo universe, it's my thing.
It's amazing. Like,
Like, and what do they do in Halo 2? They let you see things from the alien's point of view.
No,
That's great.
that was awesome. Like that was
Yeah,
an
that
unexpected
is pretty
turn.
awesome.
Like,
Like
that is great.
I know there probably had been games before that like got like let you look from the bad guy's perspective, quote unquote. But like
How many
Halo
first-person
2 made it
shooters
like
must have done that?
oh yeah. Halo 2 made it actually really like sympathetic. Because like it was it's you actually know the name of the Arbiter, don't you?
You know the name of the Arbiter, and you know the name of the shipmaster.
Oh yeah, you do. I don't.
Fellbottom and Artus Vadam. Like I found out that I actually noticed recently that they don't actually have the same last name.
Oh.
Like one spelled UM and the other spelled AM.
Ah.
But
Isn't that like a title thing?
I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head, but the Arbiter's last name, I can say, I'm pretty sure it's because of where he came from on his home planet. But like, you got to see things from the alien point of view. You got to see how like the Covenant was a society.
And more importantly, you got to see the beginning of like the actual turmoil between the brutes and the elites. How there was actually conflict within the enemy ranks. Like you're walking through the halls with the prophets, and you see the brutes like taking the honor guards stabs and helmets.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I'm stoked that the Arbiter's returning for Halo 5.
That's awesome. Cannot wait. Cannot wait to see that big bastard in HD.
Oh, I already have.
No, you have.
I already have because you get a new cutscene when you start up the first level of Halo 2 Anniversary. It is Jameson from Halo 5 talking to the Arbiter, wanting his assistance in finding the Master Chief, wherever the hell he went.
Yeah.
Judging from a trailer, he wanted to find some big foreigner hoopajoop, but
some big forerunner hoopajoop.
The Forerunner MacGuffin that we'll no doubt be fighting over next year, but yeah.
Hopefully we'll finally be putting a bullet in the Didact's ugly face.
I like the designs of the Forerunners.
Their armor is awesome. I'm not really... See, me and Rhino have this thing that we should have never seen the Forerunners' faces.
It's like... since we've seen their faces, like, less of the mystery is there.
It's like in a horror movie. The more you see of the monster, the less scary it is. So what made the Forerunners so goddamn interesting is how little we knew about them. Like, we could, like, infer certain things, like, on a few of the, like, weird touchpads, like, in Halo 2, you could see the handprint of a Forerunner, which was, like, what, 3 fingers and 2 thumbs? Which looked really odd.
I'm not exactly sure, but it was 6 fingers, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, like, you got to see shit like that, and then we got, like, stuff in, what was it? What were a bunch of those, like, animated shorts?
Halo Legends.
Halo Legends. You actually got to see some Forerunners in Halo Legends.
But you never saw their faces.
That's true. You only
never saw their faces.
You only ever saw their faces. And I kind of really fucking hate the way the Didact looks without his armor. He looks fucking ugly as shit. Like, not even, like, aesthetic-wise. Just, like, not like character design-wise, but, like, he just looks like an ugly motherfucker.
It kind of bugs me with, it kind of bugs me that, like, after a certain point in the game, after a certain point in Halo 4, like, the Prometheans turn from blue to red. Like, do you know what I mean there? Like,
yeah.
And it also bugs me how the Didact, for some reason, is wearing this, like, orange and red armor when a blue or some shit would be more fitting to, like, all the Forerunner technology.
Yeah, like, why would he be wearing red armor when, like, blue and silver was the traditional Forerunner colors? And
No idea.
it could just be to say, oh well, he split off from the Forerunners, which in the extended canon, didn't he have like some big disagreements about what the Forerunners wanted to do?
Um, I think he was banished into the ball we found.
Oh yeah.
That there's a cryptum, but
Oh, yeah. Also the name of one of the Halo books.
um, yeah, we should really be talking about Halo 2.
Yeah, we should probably move on to the next game in the series.
Yeah, we skipped Halo 2 and went straight to Halo 4 for a second, but
Yeah. Halo 2 was good. Halo 2 was really goddamn good.
like for some reason back when it first came out, I didn't beat it for a while. Like I was convinced at one point that I'd beat it, but I didn't.
Hmm.
No idea how that happened too long ago, but like
I still think I still think it's one of the best Halo games, and it's my personal favorite Halo.
Halo 2, yeah, that's definitely understandable. Like Halo 2 and
Jeff,
3
what
are
about you? You've been kind of quiet.
Well, I've only played Halo 3, Reach, and 4.
Yeah, well.
And I didn't even beat the story to 3 because my disc was too scratched.
Oh right, I kind of remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've already talked a lot about 2 with Arbiter and all that, letting you see from the other side of things. Let's move on to Halo 3.
One more note on 2 though.
What's that?
Allying with hunters was fucking awesome.
Yes, the hunters in general are just fucking awesome.
Hunters best original race.
Legola for life, son.
Freaking Legola, Mega Legola, fucking awesome Legola. That's what they are.
Anyway,
They're
Halo
worms. 3. Yeah, Halo 3. Halo 3 is when Halo 3 is when it was probably originally intended to just end.
End of the
Well,
trilogy,
maybe.
yeah. Possibly. We're not entirely sure about
We
that.
did see the planet. We did see the planet. But Halo 3 I originally liked its campaign the best in the series, but really Halo 2's campaign just had more.
I think
had more to offer.
Halo 2's was just more diverse. We got to see more of the Halo universe in 2. But 3's was definitely awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, you got to take down scarabs and shit. Like, yeah,
I think 3 had some better designed levels than 2. But I think 2's campaign on a whole was better.
Yeah.
But I think 3 really had some of the best level design in the Halo series.
Right.
Like, we're just going over the campaigns right now. We'll get to multiplayer later because we can't go without talking about it.
It's impossible.
Like, and then Halo 3, like you finally got to see like the humans and elites teaming up and shit, and that was cool. Like, remember the scene when like Johnson was handing out weapons, or like, hell, I'm pretty sure he might have been taking weapons. I don't know, but it was the big scene where like we saw a lot of human vehicles inside the Shadow of Intent and stuff. The Shadow of Intent being the big friendly elite ship.
Yeah, wasn't he? Didn't he take some weapons from? It was him and the Arbiter, wasn't it? Like Johnson was carrying a rocket launcher and grabbed like a shotgun, and the Arbiter came by and grabbed like a plasma rifle, and they crossed each other's paths, like giving weapons to the other side.
Giving and taking weapons to the other side. I'm pretty sure Johnson took a beam rifle, and I know for a fact that the Arbiter took a flamethrower.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
And then he comes back in Flood Hell. And,
yeah.
The freaking... Like... I've played through like all of the campaigns on the Master Chief Collection on the highest difficulty recently, and like Halo 3 just felt like a step down. And like that's my personal favorite Halo game, but its campaign felt like a step down.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Like I agree that the campaign in Halo 3 just wasn't as good.
It was still great, like still greater than most Halo campaigns since, but not quite Halo 2. Um,
Mm.
sort of sucks how all my favorite characters died, or how my favorite character died.
Yeah.
But,
I think everyone's favorite character.
except
Sergeant
they
Avery Johnson.
that is Sergeant Major Avery Jr. Kick-Ass Johnson,
He was
professional motherfucker, MD.
professional motherfucker. MD.
I looked in the lore and he's one of the. I don't know when they pointed this out in like the books or anything, because I've actually not really read the books that much, but like Johnson is one of the is like the only example I know of someone doing it in the Halo canon.
Oh.
Yeah,
Huh.
he did it with he did it with a chick,
Oh.
because. And then when you realize it's talking about Johnson, you're all like, "Yeah, this makes sense." Yeah, Johnson deserves it.
Oh yeah. Johnson getting himself some poo-tang on the battlefield ain't nothing new.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was in the UNSC too, but yeah, like, yeah.
All right. Well, let's shall we talk about Halo 3's multiplayer, or should we move on to Halo 4?
I'd like to talk about multiplayer in general after all the campaigns are talked about.
Fair enough. So let's talk about Halo 4.
Halo
Wait.
4 didn't come next.
Reach came after.
Yeah, well, if we're gonna
Halo
be
Reach
fair,
didn't
then
come
we need
next.
to talk about ODST as well.
ODST, fantastic campaign.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
I
Felt kind of good not
I-
playing as a Spartan.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, honestly. I
Like-
know a lot of people were, butthurt about it, but it was all right. However, I still believe it would have done better if it was just a DLC instead of a full release game. Now, granted, it wasn't as much as a full release game, but I don't think it needed a disc release. I think it should have stayed like a DLC campaign for Halo 3.
That's personal. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to say. I mean, I think it might have came out for the full 60.
I don't think it did.
If it did, though, it would have definitely been better as a not full price thing.
Yeah.
But like as a game, though, ODST was pretty fun. Sort of brought in Firefight, and I wasn't.
Not happy
seemed cool
about that.
It seemed cool at the time, but like
It wore out real quick.
it wore out about the time we got done with the Vidmaster achievement. But God,
Oh, let's not talk about Vidmasters.
freaking! By the way, annual's an achievement, and is an achievement again.
Oh, of course it is.
But yeah, ODST brought in Firefight. Has a great campaign, great music as usual, but it brought Firefight and Firefight Horde mode or whatever. It just seemed like the trend at the time. Like nobody really
Yeah.
asked for it. Then Firefight came back in the next game, and then it teetered out. But yeah, like
Mm. I had a
ODST's
problem with mode. I mean, that's probably because I loved the multiplayer to Mass Effect 3, which is basically just the Horde mode. Yeah, I just never really had a big problem with Horde modes.
Well, Mass Effect 3's Mass Effect 3's multiplayer did it right. Like they gave you a lot of variety.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to the other. Let's
Reach.
move on to the other. Yeah, let's move on to Reach.
Reach.
Personally, I fucking love this game.
Oh fuck yes, so did I. Oh
Reach
good
was,
god, Reach was
Reach was
great.
an awesome fucking game. You know what the best part about Reach was? The characters.
Oh
Reach
yeah.
had awesome characters, had an awesome story.
George
Even-
was a freaking baller.
Yes, George was a beast. Even though it took place on Reach, and if you knew about the Halo canon like me and Rhino did, you kind of knew how this story was gonna end.
Everyone died.
It was a hell of a ride though.
Spoiler alert.
Fun game.
That was damn fun.
Like, it's worth noting though that Halo Reach had one of the most bullshit moments in the Halo series with cat stuff.
Oh, it's fucking bullshit.
Why the fuck did she turn off her shields?
Granted, it was probably the radiation from the bomb that went off.
Maybe, but
I mean,
killing a character.
Even so, what happens when your shield's down and you get hit with a needle? What does it do? Does it go fucking through you or does it stick into your armor? And how much damage does a single fucking needle do?
Was it a headshot?
Yeah.
The needle rifle is headshot capable, yes.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I have hands-on experience with that.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck.
The High and Mighty story from a few episodes back, I was using a needle rifle.
Ah.
Yeah. But yeah, like, fucking...
That was bullshit. Plain and simple. Especially compared to everyone else's death in fucking Reach.
Like, Carter might have been a bit of the blander characters, but like he went out like a badass.
Well, I mean, I think he was supposed to be like the vanilla white bread kind of military guy.
He was supposed to be the leader, really.
Yeah, he was supposed to be kind of bland. He was supposed to be the leader.
He worked.
George is supposed to be the gentle giant.
Like, I'm pretty sure his home planet was Reach.
Yeah, his home planet was Reach. Because
And
remember,
so
he
he's-
was a Spartan too.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't necessarily imply home planet, but now's not the time to discuss that.
Yeah, that's extended Halo canon. But
I'll be correcting him after this episode.
I probably made so many mistakes. Anyway, yeah, George went out like a goddamn badass.
George went out like a badass. Amaya went out like a badass. Six
And
went
Mile
out like
went
a
out like
badass.
a motherfucker.
Like Carter went out like a badass. Cat went out like a bitch.
Six's death was fucking crazy and awesome.
Yeah. Who was what was the sniper?
Jun is a little bit of a hairy
Jun.
situation.
Yeah, he actually survived, didn't he?
Somewhere in Halo Reach, like in Halo: The Fall of Reach, the book, it is said that Halsey was guarded by a Spartan who later died.
Okay,
Some people think
he died. He died fleeing the planet.
Some people think that that's Jun, but like, I don't know.
So we could with some reasonable certainty say that Jun died fleeing the planet with Halsey.
And if the statue is at all canon, it's a memorial statue.
Yeah.
But who the fuck knows about that? But
yeah.
We're forgetting a game.
Huh?
After we're done with Reach, I'll speak up about that. But a mile went out. They
Mile
went out like Spartans should.
He went out like a motherfucker.
They went out like Spartans should.
Yeah.
But Cat, that was just bull crap.
Fuck, man, and just like, I mean, fucking Cat, man, just like, God, it was so horrible.
Oh, lol, Jackal, shoot in the head. You don't kill characters off like that. God damn.
God.
Uh, can we just like, I would totally be down for replaying Reach whenever you guys would be able to.
That sounds like it might be fun.
Maybe.
If I can
Maybe.
find my old copy of it. But even still have it. Anyway.
We might.
Anyway, shall we move on to Halo 4?
We got to do Halo Wars first.
Ooh, that would do.
Halo Wars.
This is actually one of the only RTS games you enjoy.
One of the. Let me correct you. One of the only RTS games I can bring myself to play. But
However, I'm a big fan of the game because I'm a fan of both strategy, RTS, and Halo. So.
by the way, I legendary moded this one too.
Yeah. To be honest, as far as RTSs go, that one was pretty fucking easy.
Yeah. Well, like it was just so interesting to see like more extended universe stuff put into its own game. The characters were pretty good. Freaking
the characters
Cutter,
were fucking awesome. I don't think there was a bad character in fucking Halo Wars.
Captain, James, Gregory, Cutter.
Mm-hmm. And the entirety of Red Squad.
Best captain.
Best fucking cutscene, like toward the end with the Spartans.
The best action cutscene, definitely. Possibly
Like,
even the best in the series.
It is my favorite in the entire fucking series. Without like hands fucking down. Like after the show's over, I'm gonna go and fucking watch that cutscene again.
But
Just 'cause it is so goddamn good.
But yeah, like what was great about Halo Wars was just seeing all these just extra characters we didn't know about, and seeing all these extra enemies and vehicles and shit that we haven't seen. All these extra places we haven't seen. Everything that an extended canon game should be.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Halo Assault games or whatever, but
Let's ignore those.
I might look into them eventually and give my 2 cents in a round table, but for the sake of this, we're ignoring them. But
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Halo Wars, one, as far as RTSs go, it was light. It was a really light RTS.
explains how my
Doesn't
attention
make
span
it bad.
held out.
Now the mechanics were still solid. Units were, interesting, diverse. I mean, they all had their
All
place.
units.
Huh?
All units.
All units.
Like you're gonna hear that like 45 times a minute.
Yeah.
Especially if you get bored.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. The base layout was cool. Resource gathering was kind of dumb because it like I said, this is a very light RTS.
It didn't really feel necessary.
Nah, well, it was in there for the sake of it being an RTS.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a hardcore fan of RTS and you're only just now hearing about this game, like if you're ever bored and need to kill a few hours and don't feel like putting a lot of brain power into something, Halo Wars is the way to go.
I hear it was a game with gold, like, for some country.
Well.
Maybe we'll get it someday.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But like, if you're a hardcore RTS player, this is not the game to like sink your teeth into. This is a game for you to kind of piddle around with, maybe play with some friends who aren't as good.
However, if you are a Halo fan and you're willing to put up with it being an RTS, just give it a good look over.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like Rhino and don't play RTSs and want to kind of get into the genre, because nowadays it is kind of actually daunting. Like, I would recommend starting with some of the Command and Conquer games and Halo Wars.
They had jets with mounted Spartan lasers.
The Grizzly tank.
Freaking.
What was the sergeant's
Grizzly.
name?
Awesome.
Sergeant John Forge.
Sergeant
Also,
Forge.
I want to point out how they have 2 main characters in the series whose name is John.
I know. Kind of weird.
But whatever.
Forge was
Forge
good.
went out like a soldier. That's what he went out
Yeah.
with.
Forge went out like a fucking soldier.
Like he knew his duty. He knew like how important it was. He freaking activated the bomb himself after it got broken.
Which, I don't care how much of a cliche it is, it was still badass.
Forge went out like a baller.
Yeah. Forge went out like a fucking boss.
An Arbiter didn't kill him. The Leech sure as hell didn't kill him. The Flood didn't kill him.
That bomb did, but...
His own terms. His own terms.
Yeah, it was a fucking amazing cutscene. Like, that whole game was like something else, man. So.
As cool as Forge was, Cutter is definitely my favorite character.
Cutter was awesome.
He's so cool. He's so cool.
Cutter was balling.
Like,
he was a no
maybe
bullshit
it's
guy.
heresy to say this, but this guy blew keys out of the water.
Yeah.
And I'm not hating on keys, but that's just how awesome Cutter is.
Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to Halo 4, because we're kind of running out of time.
Where the tide began a turning.
I'm
That
gonna be.
game was really great. I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
I'm gonna be honest. Halo 4 is probably my least favorite Halo game.
That again is perfectly understandable. I mean, like,
I fucking hated the Prometheans. Hate the Prometheans. Hate. Fucking hate them.
Back the Flood.
Okay, so I played Halo 4, and that was like pretty much the second Halo game that I played through as a campaign. Coming from a totally new POV, I fucking loved the designs of the Prometheans.
Don't get me wrong. They are
look
awesomely
so
designed characters.
Cool. Oh, and their weapons. They're fucking the Forerunner weapons. They were so good. They were like, they were kind of a bit of a reskin of the Covenant weapons, but they had their own personal feel to them, and they looked really pretty. They really did.
That is definitely true. But
I know what you're saying, because the Promethean designs are cool, but fighting them, I hate fighting them. It is such a fucking slog, and they can just be so goddamn cheap of enemies.
I soloed Legendary on this game twice, and fighting it on a Legendary is bullshit. Because like they can have like 4 different weapons, and one of those weapons is not an instant kill weapon. And like, was it really necessary to not only make them teleport, but have them able to come back to life?
Yes, it was very much so necessary. By that I mean, no, it wasn't necessary.
Like, remember that bullshit mission remember that Spartan Ops mission that was bullshit, John? Like,
oh, for fuck's sake! That
which
mission.
One? I never even played all the Spartan Ops.
It was a defense mission against Prometheans, and we tried to do it on Legendary, and it was so bullshit that like
we couldn't
we turned the difficulty down because it was so stupid.
Now, we're the dudes who like we did Legendary together for fun.
You did Vidmasters.
Yeah, well, Rhino did all the Vidmasters. I helped. I don't think I got all of them.
You got Annual and Endure, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about this mission.
Fuck, I can't even.
We had to
remember most of it because I think I think the immense amount of rage I had at the time kind of blanked most of it out. I remember we had to defend some sort of pylons or some shit.
We had to defend like either something that was giving off a signal or a generator, or a signal generator or something like
They were
that.
generators. They were generators.
We had to defend 3 generators from the bullshit overpoweredness of the Prometheans. Like, if they took away at least one of these of their freaking bullshit things, they would be much more tolerable.
Maybe if they couldn't come back to life, maybe if they couldn't teleport, and maybe if most of their fucking weapons aren't instant fucking death weapons, it would have been much nicer to play.
Like, I understand
but the
that
combination of all those fucking things, man.
like
You need to get good.
Fuck.
it's like again I have recently completed Halo 4 on Legendary again, and I think it felt easier this time around because I've already put up with this shit. And it was just I wanted the achievement at the end of the Legendary line, really.
Yeah.
But
Well, let's move on to the story, because like I said, we are swiftly running out of time.
Yeah.
Chief
But
wakes
let-
up in the middle of a Covenant Splinter faction's fleet, falls down to the planet. Cortana's fucked in the head.
Yep.
And she's
Sad
going
day
crazy.
for Rain.
It sort of it kind of sucks what happened with Cortana. Not that
Yeah.
not that
Not that
Not that I'm-
not that I'm like naysaying her death, because like it made
It-
sense in canon.
it not I would have put it at the end of this trilogy, but
Well, yeah, but
I'm just saying this because it was sad.
it was really fucking sad. I almost cried, honestly. It was,
And it's like
because me and Ryan, we've become so fucking attached to the characters in this series, and it's like when she died, it just reached into our hearts and just fucking twisted.
hey, you said reach.
Moving on.
You might. Are you gonna edit that out?
Maybe.
Yeah, but
Moving on.
yeah. It just kind of sad. Kind of really sad. One assumption that I made was like she seemed like a totally different character from like 3 to 4, but after playing 3 and then 4, that's not the case. Like playing 3 and then 4, it's sad because this character, which is still like you remember it, is just going nuts, thinking yourself to death.
Yeah. I think you got inklings of it throughout 3, and especially at the end of 3. I think you got definite inklings of it.
I wonder if Chief's gonna hallucinate in Halo 5.
I mean, she was in his suit for quite some time. I mean, she was literally inside him.
Which is weird. I didn't know Master Chief was into that, but he's the save of the universe. Can't really argue.
I mean,
But,
when you're trapped in that suit 24/7, you gotta forget your kicks some way.
Yeah.
I mean, can you
But,
imagine if like she was inside his head while he was sleeping for 7 years? Can you imagine the morning wood you'd wake up with after sleeping for 7 years? Can you imagine having to look into someone's head for 7 years?
Listen, if 343 took that into account, Chief wouldn't have needed weapons to take out the fleet. Okay, he wouldn't have needed that. Like if it somehow lasted to when the Didact woke up, like the Didact would go back into his ball really scared. You don't know what the Chief is capable of when he's like that,
Yeah.
because 343 doesn't take that into account, which is probably for the best.
Yeah, and you know, Spartan 2s don't have sex drives, so
All right, this joke doesn't work.
not in the
This, jo-
slightest.
this joke doesn't work.
At all.
Okay, Superintendent Best AI though.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that in ODST.
Oh wait, there's something glaring that we need to talk about with Halo 4.
What?
Del Rio's a fucking idiot.
Oh god, do we have to talk about him?
If we're talking about the campaigns, we have to.
Oh god damn it. I don't want to fucking talk about this guy. I'd hate this fucking
Is
guy.
that the guy that said to arrest the fucking
Arrest the
Chief?
Master Chief!
And Spartan
I'm
Palmer
a
was there, and
giant
she was
man,
like,
baby.
"What?" He was like, "What?"
If you would allow me, I would like to do my best impression of this man.
Go
Okay.
for it.
It's the Master Chief. He's not obeying me. I'm acting like a fucking idiot. I demand you arrest him.
And then they take away his ship.
Yeah.
Everyone's
like,
He was the captain of the most advanced ship in human history.
And yeah, everyone in
And they
the
took it away.
fucking galaxy stopped what they were doing and looked in his direction. As if from the other side of the universe they could feel the stupid.
Lasky's a bro though.
Oh yeah.
Like him. Not exactly a replacement for Johnson, but I like him.
And what was the other paladin? The other Spartan. Palmer?
Yeah, Palmer.
She was cool. I liked her.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing more of her in the future.
I hope so.
All right, I think the last thing we should talk about is like the multiplayer over the years.
I started with me and my brother, and you, Rhino. We played split screen a lot. A bit.
I wouldn't say a lot, but a couple times.
Yeah. We had fun
Like
with that.
I remember specifically the first time I played split screen with you guys, I got my ass kicked, and then like I went home and I played Halo on a higher difficulty than I was usually fighting, or than I was usually playing. And then I came back and I was a contender all of a sudden. And then we went to midship and everything went hazy for a while, and
The midship
really
massacre.
and then I realized it was then in hindsight I realized that it's good that the energy sword stopped having unlimited energy. That was great.
In case you're wondering, that's an in story from when we played on midship and Rhino got a hold of the energy sword and he
I went
wrecked
nuts.
our shit the whole game. And we have ever since referred to it as the midship massacre.
Midship Energy Sword Massacre is its full name.
Yeah. That was
History is written by the victors.
And then we actually got into the whole matchmaking stuff with we really got into it with Halo 3.
Yeah, like
That's actually when we met most of our little circle of friends around that
to be
time.
fair though,
Well, that's when I met most of them.
we really met on TF2 360.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like our home game.
But
But
I
I
also remember we spent a lot of time hanging out on Halo 3 matchmaking.
That was fun.
And
That was
after
a lot of fun.
we went into matchmaking, and then like we realized, hey, we're not bad at this. We played it for a while. Then John got out of it. Then I kept playing. And then I got out of it because you can't play one online game forever.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
some people can, but they're weird.
And then played a lot of custom games on Halo 3. Though that was a really big draw for me. Like a lot of the custom games are really fun. However, when Halo Reach came out, which was the next iteration with like its own multiplayer,
We really took to that. I remember that.
we really took to that, and some decisions were made that were very poor on Bungie's part, if you ask me. the removal of dual wielding, and the
Yeah.
addition of armor abilities.
Fuck armor lock.
Armor lock is the greatest.
Heresy drift, that's what you're doing.
I fucking hated armor lock.
Everyone hated armor lock.
Well, considering how often we saw it, I don't think everyone did.
Even the people that used it hated it, even if they won't admit it. And if they
And-
admit to liking it, they're colossal fuckheads. How about that?
And then they added sprint into the game. Or they added sprint into the game with this, and they later made it its own thing. But
I don't
like,
think Halo's ever needed a sprint button.
it's like my recent. It's like I said to you a few days ago. Like when I played through Halo 4 again, I forgot that sprint was a thing until like the last level, second to last. Yeah. Then I was just all like, didn't I have sprint in this game? Then I did it for a second and just didn't do it at all since.
It's completely fucking unnecessary.
Like I can understand the loadouts.
Oh yeah.
I can understand that. That's a perfectly logical thing to do with the series. But sprint makes it feel like the common first-person shooter. You know,
Yeah.
all the loadout stuff. Kudos. I'm pretty sure they're not going to do as much of that in Halo 5, but how early it is in its development cycle, we don't know.
Yeah.
But
there's some,
beta later this month.
Yeah, there are some things on the Halo 5 beta that there are some things coming out of the preview stuff for Halo 5 that aren't looking great.
You know when the beta comes up, like I'm bringing you over here, John.
Yeah, oh, I know.
Yeah.
Definitely coming.
I might even ask for a second controller for Christmas.
That'd be kind of cool.
A wired controller so I can use it on the computer for things.
All right, well, let's start wrapping it up, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give my me and John will give our inputs on the Halo 5 beta when it happens later this month.
Yeah, so stay tuned
And
for that.
ho-
That's gonna be
hope-
fun.
Hoping for the best.
Oh yeah, fingers crossed. But I'm hoping for the best, but I'm preparing for the worst. That's just what I do.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Story-wise, I have big hopes for Halo 5 because the Arbiter's there.
Oh yeah.
But we won't be talking about it.
I have no doubt the campaign's going to be pretty good.
Like even Halo 4's campaign, it was pretty good, but it's just the others were.
The Prometheans drug that game down so much for me.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Here's where we break it down. Ooh. Oh wait.
all right, everybody, thank you for tuning in this week. I have been John.
I've been Rhino, the Halo guy.
I've been Drift the Outsider.
And we have been Game Cult.